All right, let's dive right into this explainer. If you've spent any time watching animated storytime content online, you already know it is a massive, highly competitive space. Everyone wants to be the next big thing. But how do you actually get there? Well, today we're looking at a fascinating guide from a creator who claims to have cracked the ultimate code to YouTube fame. We're going to unravel the desperate, completely unoriginal, and honestly downright absurd tactics that people actually use to game the algorithm, as laid out in this source material. It's going to be a fun one.
Here's a quick look at our agenda for today. We'll hit the 5-minute myth, the realities of mobile animation, crafting so-called original characters, forced collaborations and drama, and finally, the ultimate clickbait hack.
So, let's start with Section 1, the 5-minute myth, or the totally false promise of quick success.
The source material kicks things off with a classic, eye-rolling internet claim. It boldly asserts that you can learn to animate like RG Bucket List and Kirti Chaw, two absolute giants in the Indian YouTube animation scene, in just 5 minutes. I mean, think about that. Achieving their level of quality and fame in the time it takes to microwave a frozen dinner, it's the ultimate bait for an aspiring creator looking for a shortcut. And our guide plays the part perfectly here, reacting as a wildly skeptical viewer investigating this unbelievable hack. He basically gasps at the promise and decides he absolutely has to uncover the secret. It's such a great meta moment because we all know it takes hundreds, if not thousands of hours to animate properly. But, the trap is set, and we're officially along for the ride to discover these supposed secrets of instant success. Moving right along to Section 2, the realities of mobile animation, focusing on the actual tools of the trade. Our creator hilariously insists that even if you own a powerhouse, top-tier laptop, you actually need to ignore it. Instead, you must use a mobile app to be a true animator. The joke shines a massive spotlight on the fact that so many amateur animators actually start out by painstakingly drawing frame by frame on tiny phone screens, completely bypassing professional software. He says, quote, "You will have to rub your fingers all night on Flip-a-Clip. This will give ultimate super quality animation." And honestly, the crucial point here is the grueling reality hidden right inside that joke. Animators are literally destroying their fingers on phone screens to produce content. There's absolutely no magic button. It's just endless, exhausting finger rubbing. Which brings us to Section 3, crafting original characters. And yeah, I'm using heavy air quotes around original here, the art of theft.
The step-by-step method provided is just completely ruthless. First, you claim your character is completely original. Next, you just take an exact copy of a famous character, again borrowing heavily from top-tier creator RG Bucket List. And finally, you just slap a pair of glasses on it and call it a day. It is a foolproof method that brilliantly mocks unoriginal creators who simply lift an existing style to use as their own digital persona.
Boom! 100% original character, he shouts. The hypocrisy is just hilarious. Claiming originality while blatantly copying someone else's homework perfectly skews the quote-unquote inspiration culture online. You know the type, where small channels replicate the exact art styles of successful creators, make one tiny cosmetic change, and proudly present it to the world as brand new.
And taking the art isn't even enough. To guarantee the algorithm loves you, the guide says you have to upgrade your standard channel name to a pro channel name. How? Just by slapping popular suffixes onto the end of your name to ride on established coattails. Like if Kirti Chow is famous, then naming your channel Rahul Chow or Amit Art is obviously the guaranteed path to success. It's basically brand association by sheer force.
All right, on to Section 4. Forced collaborations and drama. Time to farm some sympathy. This timeline of success is wildly cynical. Step 1. At the 1-hour mark, beg a big creator for a collaboration. Hour 2, get firmly rejected. And then, by the 24-hour mark, you immediately pivot to playing the ultimate victim. In this world, a rejection isn't a sign to improve your content. Oh no, it's a golden opportunity to manufacture explosive attention. The host literally role-plays as a dramatic news anchor for this part, shouting, "Breaking news! A big YouTuber refused to collaborate, causing the small YouTuber to cry." He completely sensationalizes the rejection as this massive injustice against a poor, defenseless small creator. It's a really cutting critique of how call-out culture is often used by smaller creators who are just looking for a quick subscriber boost through manufactured pity. And that takes us to our final step, Section 5. The ultimate clickbait hack for riding the algorithm. The pipeline here is beautifully devious.
You make a video, you funnel it into a title using massive creator names, and then you just sit back and wait for the views to roll in. You don't actually need to animate like them. You just need to trick the search engine into thinking your video is about them. By stuffing your title with their names, every single time someone searches for those famous creators, boom, your face pops up.
The creator jokingly guarantees this will rake in 100,000 views. Easy. You're basically siphoning off the massive established fan bases of the giants. It's super lazy, but according to this unhinged masterclass, it's highly effective.
So, after all that, after rubbing your fingers raw on a tiny screen, stealing character designs, crying to the fake news, and baiting the search bar, we have to ask the multi-million view question. Does this foolproof 5-minute formula actually work for long-term success?
Well, no, it was all a joke. The creator completely drops the act here. He was basically holding up a mirror to the community, admitting the entire formula is a satire. And the genius part? He used the very clickbait title he was mocking, How to Animate Like RJ Bucket List, to get people to click on his video, only to deliver a comedy sketch tearing down that exact behavior. It's just a brilliant piece of meta-satire.
Dropping the satire at the very end, he gives his real, surprisingly humble request to his audience. Instead of demanding 100,000 views, he asks for just 3 simple things. Aim for 2,000 likes, subscribe to the channel, and tag him in Instagram stories for a shout-out. It brings us crashing right back down to the genuine reality of a hardworking creator who is just trying to build a real engaged community step by step, entirely without the algorithm hacks.
So, as we wrap up this explainer, you really have to ask yourself, what does this comedy actually expose about the incredible lengths creators go to just to be seen online? Behind every single joke about adding glasses to copied art or faking a news segment is a very real, grueling pressure bred by the platform's algorithms. In a digital world that constantly rewards the loudest, most clickbait-heavy content, how hard is it to truly stay original? Keep that in mind the next time you see a 5-minute promise pop up on your feed. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and keep learning.